What is up? We're Couch Talk.
Welcome
And
back.
it's been a little bit. We're gonna do something new here. Something we can post more often. It's a lot easier. We don't have to be together for this. But that's gonna be reviews for episodes of any anime we're currently watching. And right now, for this episode, it's gonna be Baku no Hero Academia or My Hero Academia. I know some say My Hero Academy, whatever.
Yeah, I
Um,
think I think people just say whatever comes to their mind. Like some say My Hero Academy, My Hero Academia, but what they're all right.
They are all right. Uh, so episode 37 just aired this weekend.
Yeah. So
Uh,
basically we're just gonna pick like anime that are ongoing or maybe past anime and just kind of do a review.
Episode by episode.
Yeah.
Just
So
keep stuff current.
exactly. And we just like watching anime, so why not talk about it? Because we usually talk
Exactly.
about it anyway.
Yes.
Anyway,
Um,
go ahead.
so episode 37, Katsuki Bakugo Origin. Uh, Kind of an interesting title for it because if you've seen it, it's not really a true origin
Yeah, I thought
episode.
when I saw the title, I thought it was gonna give like backstory,
Yeah,
like
because
some like
I was expecting this episode like give backstory for him, and then the next episode they would take down All Might in the actual exam.
yeah, that's what
But
I was thinking. Like I thought it was gonna show like maybe he came from like a messed up family or something, or maybe something happened to him. But this episode was pretty straightforward.
just the exam with
Yeah, it was.
all tidbits of their past,
Yes.
and it
So
wasn't even from like Bakugo's point of view; it was from Midorima's point of view.
yeah, so the episode basically starts with obviously they walk in and Bakugo's already pissed. Like
He's got one mode, and it's pissed.
yeah, he's just
He's
always pissed, and
he's the
he's
Sasuke of this anime.
yeah, kinda. I think he's just more. He despises Deku.
Yeah, like I feel like he's a good. I'm trying to think. Antagonist, I would say.
He's
Like
okay.
he's like
I know this isn't really like about the episode yet, but like he's really like teetering between an antagonist and anti-hero, and I'm really rooting for him to turn that corner to like stop being so angry, stop
it,
being so mad, and like
we get that a little bit from this episode.
yeah, it does. We'll
Towards
probably
the end.
talk. Yeah, we'll talk about
Yeah,
that later. How we do see like a smidget, and even All Might said it. Funny enough.
yeah, we start to see some development throughout this episode. So obviously they go into the exam, and they're in a tough spot right off the bat because they're against All Might,
Yeah,
the
they're
greatest hero of them all.
the top dog. So
Top dog All Might.
so Bakugo's. We already expected this because like they were teamed up for a reason, and we know the reason is because there's no way
They
in
hate
hell.
each other.
Yeah,
Well, they don't. Well, Bakugo hates Midoriya.
Bakugo hates Deku.
Midoriya. I keep saying Midoriya for some Midoriya.
Yeah, Midoriya. I'll just call him Deku because
Deku.
it rolls
Yeah,
off the tongue easier.
first of all these character names, just I barely know half of them.
So we know Bakugo hates Deku, and Deku kinda actually he kinda
respects.
he kinda envies Bakugo too.
Yeah, respects him because of the confidence
Yeah.
factor.
So
Oh.
they're going in. Midoriya's like, or Deku's just like, well, shit. How am I gonna? He's probably thinking, how am I gonna get Bakugo to work with me? Bakugo's like, you're pissing me off because he saw how Deku was making progress basically, and also
Yes.
kind of similar to his movements, which probably pissed him off more.
And I would like to probably say he's a little pissed off because he's getting more attention from All Might,
Yes.
which I don't. In the beginning, you don't think that as a factor, but as this episode goes in,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
does start to become a factor.
Yeah. So they walk in, intro plays, and basically, so right off the bat, there's a conflict. And the conflict is Bakugo wants to beat All Might, and Deku wants to run from All Might.
Yes, Bakugo, from the point of view, he doesn't want to lose. Also, he wants to prove himself.
Yes.
Deku's the intelligent type that says, hey, All
Which
Might's fucking strong.
Recovery Girl did kind of put it in a good like she put it into good words. Like Bakugo wants to like beat someone at their best and basically prove himself, but Deku also kind of puts All Might above everyone. So
Yes.
like how she said, like puts him as a god status, which is fair because he basically is. And that probably clouds Deku's decision a bit, I'd say, when he's fighting. Well, in this fight particular.
Yeah, for sure, because he's taking this exam seriously.
Yeah.
And All Might's like the only professor I feel like took it the most serious.
Yeah. Okay, can we
Went
get
all out.
I'm going to say villain All Might is scary. When he like walked in and you know All Might's real when you can like see his eyes and his like his little pupils and his blacked out eyes, you're like, "Oh shit. This is going down."
Like, that was so scary. Like that also shows like another side of him, how he wants to be this like great like mentor. And
yeah, he's really.
so you see some development from All Might in this episode as well. You finally get to see he's willing to do whatever it takes to get Deku and any of his students to where they need to be.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, moving like throughout the episode, All Might shows up straight away, just punches like he like a wind field force, like air force. He just punches and it just shatters through basically the entire city. Which I'm pretty sure it was just like a warning, like I'm coming, like I'm for real, like
don't take this lightly.
Yeah. And he shows up, and he just starts, like, well, Bakugo rushes in, obviously, because
that's what he does.
He feels, Bakugo. Sometimes I just get so frustrated with him. Like, I feel like he has the potential to be a very good character, but this pride he has is very like detrimental to his.
It kind of makes him like one-dimensional.
Yeah, because right now he just seems angry all the time,
and there hasn't been a whole lot of.
But we have
development for his character, at least until later in this episode.
Yeah, well, there is kind of some. We know he's basically a combat like genius borderline. Like he's very tactical because we saw that in the tournament arc, like how he moves while shooting his stuff and how he like combines his moves to like his moves with his movement and his attacks basically. Which is kind of shown here in this episode too. No, go ahead.
Because him and Deku come up with a plan together later eventually. But but after All Might comes in and just punches them all, and comes in and levels Bakugo to the ground, holding his face.
Yeah.
You start to see Deku think about Bakugo in the past.
Yeah. So All Might punched him so hard he threw up, which was I was like, damn.
Yes, because he had it on the side of his mouth.
Yeah.
But then that's when we go into the past to finally see a little bit more about Bakugo not being a complete bully.
We knew that Bakugo admired All Might, but I don't think we knew he admired him this much.
Yeah, we finally get to see, like, as somebody saw somebody make about, you see how All Might has affected multiple people.
Yeah, exactly.
In completely different ways. Bakugo sees him as this guy who can win no matter what situation he's in.
Yeah, exactly.
Deku focuses on the fact that he's always smiling no matter the situation he's in.
Yeah, someone put this very well, that Bakugo admires All Might about his like ability to come back from any situation, his tenacity. Midoriya is always wanting to save people and be like smiling. And when you put those together, you basically get All Might. So they kind of like represent two of All Might's probably best qualities to being a hero. Yeah. It's just Bakugo is too much on one side, and even Deku's kind of too much on one side. Because Deku only really steps up when absolutely like needed. Because like he's kind of timid sometimes, but when his back's against the wall, that's when he kind of like turns on a switch.
Yes, and we kind of see both of them going all out in this episode from both their points. Like, um, Bakugo obviously wanting to win super hard, not giving up, and then you finally see where like Deku kind of gets pinned back, not knowing what to do, but Bakugo kind of forces him to finally step up
Yeah.
because we mostly see Deku's mostly thinking about everything, like what situation, and it kind of holds him back and makes him timid because he doesn't
Yeah.
want to make a mistake.
Yeah. And I do also believe it's him fighting All Might, which made him pretty timid. Like,
Yes, that
he's like, oh, there's no one who can beat All Might, so how can we beat him, basically?
yeah, that's kind of you see that a little bit with like when All Might's trying to talk to Bakugo about how he says what a level 1 power and a level 50 power cannot improve at the same rate or can
Exactly.
improve it. Yeah, they can't. Basically saying, hey, you gotta. It's gonna take a little bit to catch up.
Yeah, that was a good point. Well, I think he was like saying is Bakugo was so far ahead because like throughout his childhood he was given a great quirk. He was told he's a stud basically.
Yes.
He's like tactically a prodigy basically when it comes to fighting. And Deku started out as basically you could say like a new character. So when you're
Yes.
when you're new, you learn everything. Like
Yeah, so he just caught up because
yeah,
Bakugo thought he was at this point where he couldn't like improve much better.
yeah,
Like, he
because
already thought he was at this top tier
yeah, I think that's
super
why
hero villainy type.
yeah, because um actually I like how they do compare like the characters say what like very good comparison because that level 1 level 50 thing is like he's so mad that Deku basically went from
Yeah.
level 1 to 30 super quick. And
they were talking about how like Bakugo in his childhood was able to beat fourth graders as like a first grader or whatever he was at that point because they were all
Yeah.
like, "Wow, you protect us against these fourth graders! Like you're so strong."
yeah,
And
because even
it's such a young age, and you've seen it in other episodes too, where like all the parents and everything were like, "Wow, this kid's a prodigy."
yeah, they built him up from, which isn't necessarily his fault. Like if you take someone that young and who's very impressionable and you just tell them like you're so good, you're amazing, you do everything right, they're obviously going to grow up thinking,
Yeah,
well,
and
I'm
then he hits this wall that is All Might,
basically.
and it
So
kind of crushes him.
yeah, so pretty much so where are we at in the episode? Basically All Might, remember, he trapped Deku with that fence or whatever. All Might was basically beating the shit out of Bakugo, and then Deku escapes and grabs Bakugo and takes him to that alley, which is where they had that little flashback of the fourth grader incident.
Yes.
So basically, during this time, they come to, you could say, a compromise. I
Yes,
think
that is
All
what
Might actually
All Might
mentioned
says
it
it.
too.
Yes, they finally came with a compromise of fighting and running.
Yeah.
So
So it was super cool, actually, I thought, because when I was watching it, I saw Bakugo come out, and I'm like,
and he was missing one.
yes, I was like,
of
why
his
is he
little
missing
grenade arm things. So I was like, I saw that there was instant boom. Like, where's this other grenade arm? Like,
one? Yeah. At
they
first,
must. Did they finally communicate?
at first, honestly, I thought they just messed up. Like, because in my head, this is what went through my head. In my head, I thought, oh, the animators messed up before they're going to work together. Because that's how much I did not expect them to work together. But, like, he comes out and he basically blasts All Might for a distraction. And then
Yeah,
Deku.
and this was the big turning point in the episode.
Yeah, this
that
was.
really brought the characters together.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Deku came out, blasted him in the back with, like, everything. And basically gave them a bit of time to.
Yeah, a fighting chance.
Yeah. So they try to run for the exit gate, basically.
And they did inflict some damage on All Might because I think he was starting to wear out at this point anyway.
Yeah,
he coughed up some blood. Which kind of sucks for him.
Sorry.
Ah!
Sorry. Yeah, so basically,
Sound the alarm, All Might's going down.
oh, this is where he comes back. So basically, um, oh yeah, this is another good thing All Might said. Like when they come to each other, he said one has envy, hate,
Oh,
and pursuit, which is Well, I guess
well, he just combined 6 different. I think he's sexing because all rejection, pride.
yeah.
So what are the other 3 descriptions he was
So
given?
envy,
Basically,
awe, and pursuit would probably be Deku, I would say, because like he's envious of Bakugo. Obviously, he's in awe, and like he has like the pursuit and passion. And I mean,
whereas Bakugo has nothing but pride.
yeah, pride, hate,
He's
and
finally dealing with rejection.
rejection.
He's kind of like, oh man, I ain't as good as I used to be.
Yeah, and I do like how All Might acknowledged he's like they have a long way to go, but this like one moment where they work together, even for the slightest bit, is like
Yes.
huge for them. Like,
Yeah, because it makes him feel like he's accomplished something as a teacher,
yeah, exactly.
and to show that accomplishment, he grabs them and slams them into the ground.
Yeah, basically. Now he's basically like, all right, I got them to at least work together. Now I'm gonna go all out. Basically, like now I'm gonna put you to the test. This is where
And
the
this
real
is where-
test starts.
Yes, and this is where Bakugo finally gets some fear, and I'm like,
Yeah,
says his All Might's stamina and power are so overwhelming. Like, in the beginning, he just was thinking, hey, I just want to beat him. He wasn't even thinking about All Might's power or anything, and then when he finally gets slammed,
yeah.
here at
He's
this
like,
point, he's like, oh crap, this guy is my wall now.
yeah. He wants to surpass All Might. I think it's just because he wants to be the best. Kind of how like he's been told, basically.
Yes.
And it's just all this pride. It always comes back to his pride. And like I just like how All Might comes out and just punches both the grenades off. Like he's like, all right,
He
you
just
don't get these
destroyed-
anymore.
That's where Bakugo's, again, pride takes over further, and he's like, you know what? Those are safety reasons. I don't need to be safe.
Yeah,
Kind of like how Deku used to be, where he would just
yeah. Well,
throw
we kind of
throw
saw
safety out the side.
we kind of saw small glimpses of this. We never knew what it was, but like back in the tournament arc, when he was against Ochiko, where he Hellzone grenaded the air when she was dropping the
Yes.
rubble. You saw him like grip his forearm, but now we know why, because like I'm guessing it has because he sweats, and that's what causes the explosion. But it seems
Something
like
like that.
it really strains like his.
I'm not quite sure how it completely works. I know it has to do with sweat, but I'm assuming it has to be just more than sweat.
Yeah,
'Cause
but like
it's not like you don't sweat from your arms too much.
right.
Or your hands.
But we saw it like strain his arms like pretty bad. Like his veins were like bulging, and
I think it's just because, first of all, the explosions are coming from him, so it's probably his body just trying to protect from the explosions itself.
yeah,
Because I feel like there would be some self-damage from it.
yeah,
Kind of like Todoroki needs the fire to help from like freezing.
yeah, pretty much. But Bakugo is very relentless. Every time he was like in a tough situation, he found a way to at least buy more time. Like he was pinned on the ground, and he like managed
Yes.
to flip
And he
over his
just-
hand and
then
just
Just do a
blast it.
full explosion.
And this is another, I feel, turning point, because like he basically came up to Deku and was like, all right, I don't want to do this, but this is our only choice. And he like throws him,
Throws Deku, yelling "Die!"
yelling die.
He's like "Die!" and throws Deku.
He just tossed him like as hard as he could, basically. Which I think is another small hill they got over. Like
Yeah.
I think
We're
old
starting-
Deku would have been like, or old Bakugo would have been like,
would-
no. He even said earlier, he's like, I'd rather lose. But like,
Yeah, he would rather lose than work or get help from him.
yeah, but as it went on, he's basically like, all right,
Yeah, as it goes on, he starts to learn. All right, All Might,
I
can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do this on my own. There's no way. He got like you're in trouble if you try and beat him on your own.
And this is where you finally see Deku get pushed into this like corner. Like he feels like his back's up against the wall, like we talked about earlier. And this is where he decides to push himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
At first he tries leaving, and then he just realizes, and this comes from his, thing with All Might. Well, All Might would never leave someone behind.
Right.
He would probably die before he would let someone stay behind.
Yeah, pretty much.
We saw that when the school got attacked.
Yeah. He's like, the heroes are always risking their lives.
And so Deku basically, he takes this to heart.
Yeah, that's like that's basically his definition of a hero. Like when someone asks like, what does it mean to be a hero? It's like saving pretty much everyone. Like I just want to save as many people as I can. Not necessarily beat villains. I just want to.
He wants to save them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes beating them is the best way to save them, but sometimes
most of the time beating them is like one of the only ways. But basically, like you're saying, Bakugo basically buys time. Deku's running, gets his back almost destroyed. And I will be honest, when Deku was running towards the gate and Bakugo like stepped in front of All Might to basically protect him, I got so like hyped up. I was like, that's a cool moment right there. Bakugo finally threw out his pride for 1 second to try and 1 second to just try and win, even if it meant winning with Deku.
His desire to win is greater than his pride.
Yeah.
Even though he said he would rather lose than get help, it came to this point where he's like, actually, I never want to lose.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I take back what I said like 10 minutes ago. I want to win.
And he steps up in front.
Yeah.
Gets pinned again. But Deku. It's like, you know what? I leave no man behind.
Yeah, so basically, like you were saying, like this is where Deku has basically a choice, like
just jump out,
like run into the exit or go back for Bakugo. And I did really like how Bakugo was like, he's basically pushing himself to the limit. He even bit All Might's hand to just try and keep him there. Like, he's very tenacious. It's insane.
Yes. And then Deku gets him, and they escape.
Yeah.
Because he sucker punches All Might. And Bakugo is unconscious during this, which gets me to that point where, like, I wonder what he's going to think when he wakes up.
Yeah, exactly. But what I really liked is the way they showed Deku running towards Bakugo was very similar. Like, the shot was very similar to when he was attacked by that, like, slime person. You know what I'm talking about? How it shows, like, him just running in. I was like,
yeah, because they showed that
cool
flashback of that earlier in the episode.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
And they're basically mirrors of each other, which is just super cool. But yeah, like you were saying, that actually, you bring up a good point. Like, how is Bakugo
gonna take this? Like,
yeah,
oh, like he had to come back and get me and pull me out.
Yeah, or like
just I feel like that's gonna hurt his pride some, but then he might also be like, you know what, I actually have to work with people. Yeah. So there's multiple ways they could just take it when he wakes up.
Exactly. Oh, and just a small thing, I did like how Deku was smiling when he came back to.
Yes.
That was super cool. Like, these small details are really cool. Like, they just.
So they passed.
Yeah, they basically passed.
I'm pretty sure all but 2 groups passed.
Yeah.
It was just kind of arbitrary, I felt like, that they're choosing. That's not this
episode.
Well,
the first one was like. Well, before we move to that, I was going to ask, how do you think the Bakugo situation is going to play out, and how do you want it to? So, like, when Bakugo discovers that Deku basically carried him...
I feel like... Alright. How I feel like it might go...
Yes, how do you think it will go?
It will go probably is him being pridefully hurt, and it might cause quite a bit of a riffle
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there
I get
already
it.
is, but I think it will be a little worse.
Right.
But I want it to not go that way.
Exactly. That's how I'm
But I
feeling.
think it's gonna go that
How I
way.
want it is I want it to be like his pride can be hurt a bit. That's okay, but I want him to at least recognize like we did that together, like, or like that was necessary, or maybe it opens his eyes to like you don't like that being the best isn't being like a hero, but like saving people. I want something like I want him to like realize something.
To get away from that
Yeah,
anger management.
yes, to drop some of his pride and be like, okay, that was necessary.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see some more growth out of him.
I understand
as a character.
they probably want to take it slow, just to a show's point of view, which is okay. But you have to like give us pieces so he doesn't
That
just be,
or another possibility is they're developing him as a villain.
that's
So usually you don't see someone grow into a villain. You see him already as a villain.
yeah, that's
And I feel like that's another path is they're developing him into
I
a villain.
really do not want to see Bakugo become like the villain.
But because like you're already building up like this connection with him, and when he becomes a villain, like you're like, do I root for him or do I not? Because like
Yeah.
I already like him, but now he's a villain. Like I always feel like the best villains are the ones you can root for.
True. Well, that's what this is a bit off topic, but that's what makes Stain a good villain in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like
he was a really
you're just like he has a good point, but he just has a messed up way of carrying it out. I just hope
exactly.
I really want Bakugo to like I don't know, maybe Deku's in like a pinch one day and just Bakugo just comes to just save him or something. I just want a moment to where they turn that corner.
They turn the corner.
Because they'd be a badass team. Like, they're obviously both amazing, but there's just this wall of tons of emotions that are in the way.
Yeah, that is true. Then we kind of go into here where at the end of the episode we see two more villains.
Yes.
Two or three want to join the.
Two.
Yeah.
So this scene I actually got super excited about. Oh, and it was two teams that didn't pass. It was
two teams.
Kirishima and Sugar Boy, and then the electric guy? I can't remember his name, and the acid girl. But basically,
they went up against the principal though. So
yeah. So basically, two villains that I love their character designs already walk in and are basically like,
yeah, you got the psychotic girl.
Yeah, you can tell she's like, well, even when they previewed her before, she was like smiling, and I think there was a dead body behind her or something, or there was like blood on the wall or something. You can tell
and the
she's
other guys. Woo! He's got a look.
Yeah. Well, the girl you can tell is just like a psycho, like.
Yeah, she's just psychotic.
But this guy.
I'm actually kind of excited for her.
So
character.
am I. Like I feel.
I love the psychotic types.
I love. But this guy is like.
This guy, he's
kind of like Frankenstein
like
look.
He's
he's like patched up on his mouth down to his chest and then right under his eyes. I'm actually.
It's just creepy. The League of Villains is actually my favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy to get back to it. Like, yeah, the exams are all right, but I just want to know more about the villains.
I do like the villains. All the villains so far are pretty top notch. Like.
So it's got me hyped for the season finale next week.
Because I feel like it's gonna be. I feel like next episode is gonna be like a pretty dialogue heavy, basically closeout episode, and then they're gonna surprise us with something at the end. Maybe like the villains are like,
probably.
Let's move out, or maybe they'll confirm season 3, or
which they probably will.
Yeah, but
I just hope it's not like a huge.
I'm super excited to see these quirks, like the quirks of the villains, because like when you make villain quirks, they gotta kind of be messed up.
Yeah,
because like
they gotta be like tough too.
Yeah, if you see Stains involves licking blood. What's the hand guy's name? I I can't remember.
I don't remember either. There's so many names.
Kirishaki or something?
I don't know.
Shigaraki. I think it's Shigaraki, actually. His involves, like, disintegrating things. It's like, damn. So I'm super excited to what these two villains, like, their
Yeah,
quirks. It's got me super hyped. Like, I was super content with that episode, and then they showed that, and I'm like, holy shit, I want to see more. Like, I'm
yeah, I
ready.
do too. You want to take a guess at what you think their quirks might be?
Sure.
Let me.
Okay, we'll start with the. Let me look at them, because you can maybe base something off of their designs. Okay, so Let's start with the Psycho Girl.
All right.
Oh God. I don't know, cause she doesn't really. Cause like back when we first saw Stain, you could kind of guess what he did. It's like, okay, it involves swords, maybe it involves cutting, but she has like no weapons. She's in like a schoolgirl outfit. All we know, she's crazy. I can't remember if they showed anything else on her other preview.
That's what I'm trying. Like, I don't fully remember it enough to actually
I don't know.
say.
Maybe she like.
Did she have like? I don't know. I have no idea actually.
I
For
can't
her.
remember if she had a weapon or something. Maybe she
That's
has
what I'm
like.
trying to think. I think like, for some reason, I don't know why, but probably because it's like scissors or something. She's gotta have like.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's something with scissors. I don't know why. She just seems like someone that'll. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if they showed scissors before, but scissors did pop into my head. Like, no joke.
I feel like this is a common thing. Like with a lot of different manga and anime I've seen, like the psychotic girls always use like scissors and
Yeah.
stuff,
But
which makes me want to.
I don't know if they'll use scissors because they already have
I
like
have no idea.
knives and so. Well, they could. Maybe it's something like. Oh, I don't know.
All right. What about Frankenstein?
Frank, I feel like maybe he can maybe detach parts of his body maybe, and like they can move at free will or something. Like maybe
Oh, that'd be
take
ugh.
take
Ugh.
off like his arm and it can like basically fly around. I don't, something like that maybe.
All right. That's unique. I was gonna steal it from a manga I've read, but like I have like because he's like this thing where it's like almost zombie-ish,
Yeah.
where if he bites someone, he could like
Me-
turn them like give them a disease or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Make them
Or maybe
kinda,
like
like,
control them
brain
for a
dead or
bit.
something, or control them or something.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know about control them. Maybe the disease, because we already kind of have a character who controls someone. What's his name? The purple hair guy at the exam.
Oh yeah.
Shinto maybe, but I think, well, maybe he kind of
I
gives
don't
off
know,
that
dude.
same vibe. I feel because they're like all droopy eyed and like serious.
He's ready.
Yeah.
Just like I'm ready for the season finale next week.
So our predictions are
So,
scissors
continue.
and
Some sort of
either some
detaching, maybe the
or a
decomposing
zombie
of
thing.
something,
Yeah.
or a zombie thing.
Yeah. Anyway, what were you saying?
All right. Now, what do you give this episode as a rating?
Out of 10?
Out of 10, yes.
It was pretty good. Probably
Well, that's not a number.
8.5 ish, I'd say.
8.5?
Like it was
I'd give
just
it a 9.
yeah, 8.5 to 9 is because like it had. I guess I'll explain why, and then I guess you can explain why. Unless you want to go first, you can go first actually.
Oh, okay. I just felt like it finally developed some characters, and it has, gets you hyped up in the beginning, which is always an important factor. It has it built up, ready to get into the exam. Get into the exam, and it goes straight, like the pacing is really well done. It goes straight into it. Minor flashbacks, only like a couple that, first of all, I'm not a fan of flashbacks.
Right.
Really overall, but they just do a couple, and they do it well.
Right.
And then they give you the actual background, Bakugo a little bit. And then they end it off with some more hype. So
Right.
you got this, like, it never feels like it falters.
There was never like a dull moment.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you
Okay.
get that.
I'm gonna change my grade
The only
to.
thing that keeps it from being a 10, I think it's just the fact that there's no
Maybe
true like story or plot progressing.
yeah, or maybe
Which
a bit
for me
more.
is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, or maybe a bit more development. Well, I like the small
Yeah.
amount, the teaser. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
teaser, yes.
I'm gonna change my grade.
I would not call it an origin story for Bakugo.
Right, the title is kind of misleading. Not really misleading, but I expected more origin than, which I'm happy they focused on the fight, but I expected more like past. I'm gonna change my grade to a 9.01. Just a one epu, Price is Right style.
Got it. The worst.
But yeah, you hit a lot of nails on the head. Basically, it was well paced. The development of Bakugo and Deku it's been waiting for a long time, and they finally. I feel like this episode is like, all right, we know this needs to happen, so we're gonna give you a small taste.
Yes.
There was like I think there was a new. Was there a new song in the middle of that when like? There was like a new song
not
when
something I could answer to.
there was like, maybe I'm not right, but there was like a song in the middle. I think when Bakugo was talking about how strong All Might is, that came up. I think maybe, but like, yeah, there was never a point I was like, all right, can we move this along? I was just like, yes, keep it going. This is awesome.
Yeah, it also helps with that. Like, you never asked it to move along, which I did the last few episodes. But this one I did not. So overall, really great episode.
And the villains coming to town is like the icing on the cake.
Exactly. I've been waiting for this basically since
they showed up.
Got attacked at the school.
Yeah. Well, I've been
they had that little thing with like in the cities with those.
I've been waiting for this since they like all of them are converging to the League of Villains, basically.
Yes.
And honestly, what's funny is while I was watching this episode, I kind of forgot about them. So when they popped up, I was like, "Holy shit!" I just remembered like we have a bigger problem on our hands.
Yeah, it's like about time. Let's get into it.
All right.
All right. I think that kind of closes off our discussion. Be sure to let us know what you thought about the episode down below in the comments.
Yeah.
Hit the like button if you enjoyed our conversation, and be sure to subscribe for more reviews of episodes of animes. We have a few planned out for this fall.
Yeah, we have a couple on our list. We might do.
that
I did mention earlier we might do older anime too.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah.
But this was actually fun.
Yeah, it was.
So.
Much fun, guys.
Much fun.
Yeah, so be sure to subscribe. Go in the description below if you want to join our Discord to chat with us about anime. Maybe we could do like watch along anime nights with our subs and viewers.
Yeah, that'd be
stuff
cool.
like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's why I said it. So we got that. You can also join us over at Couch Co-op where we play video games together.
Right. But,
anything else you want to close out?
Not really. That was a great episode. I'm hyped for the finale. Well, hopefully you guys join us next week on the finales discussion. I'm sure that's going to be juicy.
Yes.
And I heard don't watch the preview.
I never watch previews.
Right, but I saw specifically
another time.
I saw someone specifically say don't watch the preview. It gives away something that is.
See, that's why I never watch them.
Okay, so anyway,
I'm safe.
Thanks
don't watch preview.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are watching this, you probably have already seen the episode. Otherwise, it's fully spoiled.
Yeah, that's a given. But anyway, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys on the next episode review.
Yeah, see ya.
Peace out.